Yeah, I missed another video. I don't have a good reason except for I didn't feel like making it. So today I'll do a short recap of yesterday's episode plus, well, episode 10 and 11. It'll depend when you're watching this. Sorry if there's any extra fan noises. We're having a heat wave, so I just need a fan on to be sane. So highlights from episode 10 are Kyra and Cashel, trouble in paradise. Kyra's not sure if she wants to commit. She is pushing him away. Cashel feels like he's giving his all and is not getting enough back from Kyra. Zach and Elizabeth define their relationship, but then Zach did not mention he had a girlfriend when the new girls came in. Yemen doesn't seem like he's missing Christina that much anymore, so that was very short-lived. Weston is very into new girl Kelsey and seems to have forgotten about Katrina. Cashel also seemed to be showing some interest in Kelsey, but also said that he was just doing it to make Kyra jealous. And we see a continuation of that in episode 11 when Cashel decides to kiss Kelsey in the challenge, which could be an extension of the whole making Kyra jealous thing. So this challenge is something we see in Love Island UK, but it's usually between when the two villas are split. Usually instead of having the guys and the girls come in and be integrated into the villa, it's usually the guys and the girls are separated and go with new guys and girls into, and one group goes into Casa Amor. And in Casa Amor, they do the challenges separately. So those Casa Amor boys and girls do the challenge, and then the main villa boys and girls do the challenge, and then they're competing to see who can do the challenge fastest. Or I think this was the USA's version of that, because I heard this is going to be a shorter Love Island than Love Island UK, and I don't think they're doing an actual Casa Amor. I think this is their version of Casa Amor. So some notes about the dates the new guys and the girls were on. George, I had a question last episode, which you didn't hear, but I was wondering if the new guys and girls would couple up at all or show interest, and then George asked Asada on a date. So that answered my question that yes, they can potentially couple up with each other, because we don't see that too much in the UK version of the new people coupling up with each other. And we also saw Caro on a date with new boy Eric, and she seemed really excited about the date until she found out he was also interested in Kyra. Maybe she was having flashbacks of the whole Cashel situation, but I also feel like when she was talking to Cormac and what she said previously, she wants a guy to give her his full undivided attention and not be interested in any other girls, which doesn't really work well if you're on Love Island. Not every situation is going to be a Zach and Elizabeth situation. In fact, the show would be super boring if it was just a bunch of Zach and Elizabeth. As much as everyone loves them, it would be super boring. Notice we don't see them that much except when they're defining their relationship and all of that. And then Dylan and Alexandra, kind of the same thing. We never see them. I like Asada with Yemen more than George, and I feel like they had a good conversation, and I really like her out of the new girls. But just a sidebar about me is I hate when people talk about virginity and sex like it's some sacred thing that you have to wait until marriage, because usually that pressure is only put on females, first of all, and also it's really not that important. But I know it's probably for religious reasons, so I understand that. I really liked Eric and Kyra's conversation when they were in the villa, and they were being very mature and open about, well, their first conversation, they were very mature and open about what they both wanted out of each other and how they expect someone to pursue them and go about pursuing a relationship with them. And I thought it was very clear that they kind of had a similar idea of what they want in a relationship or dating. So I thought that was a good, mature conversation that they had. Weston and Katrina's conversation was a little bit more, it wasn't not mature, but it was a little bit sadder, I guess, because Weston was just basically saying he wants Katrina to open up more and doesn't feel like she's affectionate enough. And I feel that because it's really hard for me to be opening up in that way so early on. and especially the physical stuff. I'm not the type of person to show my affection physically, and they've already talked about love languages, but I believe they're a real thing, and Katrina probably just isn't that much of a physical touch person. A lot of people think if you're not all cuddly and kissy and lovey-dovey physically, that means you're not into someone, but some people just aren't as into that as other people. So that might be an issue unless they can work through it, but it seems like Weston is really leaning more towards Kelsey than Katrina right now. Then we end with a conversation between Kira and Eric, and it seemed like Eric was doing exactly what Kira wanted him to do, being bold, going for it, saying exactly what he wants, not letting her, just being really forward about it. It's basically what she said in the earlier conversation she wanted out of the guy, but then she seemed kind of off-put when he was actually doing that, when he was pursuing her, being bold, being very forward. She kind of seemed annoyed or offended by that. But at the same time, that's kind of what she told him she wanted. That confused me a little bit, and I'm wondering if it was edited the way to make her look like she didn't like it, or if she actually didn't like it. So we'll have to wait for tomorrow's episode to see how she felt about Eric being very forward and very pushy in his wanting to pursue her. Hopefully you voted to keep some new Islanders. Like I said before, I was thinking about voting for Asada, but kind of changed my mind to Kelsey, partially because of the comment she made, and also because I want to see what's going to happen with Weston and Kelsey and Katrina and how that's going to play out. And then for the boy, I feel like Eric's going to be safe. He was one of my choices, so I voted for Ray, even though we didn't get to see too much of him. I really like him. And like I said in my deep dive of the new people, he seems like a real genuine person. So that's why I voted to keep Ray. Let me know who you voted for, who you like of the new Islanders, who do you want to leave, if you could get rid of anyone. I know people don't like Caro, people don't like Gaiman, so let me know what you think, and comment down below any questions you have, any comments. Follow me on social media, all of that, and I will see you tomorrow.